Good morning, troopers, or whatever time it is when you watch this video. I'm awake, so that means it's morning for me, and since the whole world revolves around me, hey, it is what it is. Anyway, we have some interesting things to talk about today. For one, we're going to be looking at the project lead, Pete. My man, Pete, is going to be talking to us in a community letter, and it has some pretty interesting things that we can, pull from it. After that, we're going to look at the patch notes for 0.4.1. Kind of underwhelming. A few bug fixes, but we'll get into that later. A couple things there that I really want to talk about. But anyway, let's talk about the project lead letter. Very exciting, and we're going to pull up the roadmap as well to kind of speculate with things. But before I go too far, the most important thing about this video that you need to know is that Pete is the project lead for Starship Troopers Extermination. He drinks Tim Hortons with 1 oat milk. I will get that for you, Pete. You make this game good, I'll get as many f***ing Tim Hortons with 1 oat milk as you want. Anything for you. My sweet prince. I love you. Was that awkward? Anyway, I'm old, and so I will be putting on my blue light glasses because lights hurt now. Everything hurts now. So, apply these bad boys on right here. Am I pretty? Oh, it kind of looks like I have a ball sack chin. Oh, little hairy nutsack. Ooh. All right, so Pete, he's kicking us off with this community letter, right? He's going to be talking about a few things like queue times, clash progression. A lot of good shit is in this letter. I'm not going to lie. And it lets us speculate on everything that's coming up. And when we're going to get phase 3 of the roadmap, which is all this stuff right here. We've already had a video on it. But yeah, it's the way that they're talking right now, it seems like they're going to just drop phase 3. And I'm assuming it's probably going to be in September very, very soon. I think there's going to be a 3-month time period until point 6 or patch 6, whatever you want to call it with all the zeros and everything. I think patch 6 is going to be their whole new big thing. But yeah, so let's just go from top to bottom, matchmaking queue times. This has been pretty discussed in the Discord, but apparently in certain regions, people are having a really hard time finding matches. Now in US Central, it's a minute, you're good to go. You're immediately dropped into a match. But they're talking about 2 solutions right now, and they're just temporary. So before people get really pissed off and start review bombing and everything, temporary change, don't freak out yet. But there are 2 solutions, and I'm assuming it works in this order, is that if you select a difficulty, let's say easy, you wait 75 seconds, it can't find a game, it's automatically going to move you to medium. And then same thing again, 75 seconds automatically moves you to hard. So more casual players might be a little bit pissed off about that. I understand that. Me personally, I play on hard. Suffering is beautiful. But yeah, some people might get a little angry about that. Now, another thing that they're doing, and I'm assuming this is going to be if that doesn't work, it's going to look at the different servers. So if let's say you can't find a match on US East, automatically going to start branching out and looking at US West, US Central, whatever, however it works. It says it's based on your preferences, so you probably have to go in there and click what you want. But yeah, I mean, this is coming out. It's already out. It's already in 4.1. So we'll see how it does. But if you're a fan of the game, you're watching this video and everything, just breathe a little bit. Don't just drop it because of this patch right now. This is temporary. I can't stress that enough. Just give them a chance. I might be sniffing some copium and everything, but just breathe for a little bit. So we'll see how that goes. But they said that they're going to improve matchmaking in the next patch, so 0.5.0, patch 5, that's all I'm going to call it. So we'll see what they do. I hope they come out with more dev diaries. I mean, they really need to advertise this stuff better. They should put these letters and everything on the Steam Community Hub, because it's pretty much dead from them. There's a bunch of hilarious memes on the Steam Community Hub, though. Big fan. Anyway, class progression. So this is another big thing coming in update 5, right? Excuse me. Ugh, hold on. Latte. Ugh, cinnamon toast crunch latte just hits different. It's so good. Maybe that's why my entire body hurts, because I'm only consuming cinnamon flavored things. Anyway, the roadmap, if we look at phase 3, because phase 2, that's what we're in now. It's obviously done. Everything's good to go. We got Fuel Depot, all that good stuff. Phase 3 is going to be patch 5, and that's going to include class progression, abilities upgrade, hives, very excited about that, reward system, and special weapon swapping. And they have said that this update, well, the class progression, everything like that, is coming very, very soon. And here's the big part. The last 2 sentences of class progression, I'll read it for you. Since you can't read, you illiterate scum, pond scum, each class will be getting a new weapon, new utilities, and new perks. I am super stoked for what's coming to all 3 classes. Did I say soaked? I meant stoked. Maybe I'm the idiot. But one Bastion deployable in particular has me very excited. A future dev diary will explain this in more detail. So, not soaked, stoked. We're going to be getting all this stuff very, very soon. And Pete mentions update 0.5, patch 5, Jesus. Can't focus when I have to do all the zeros. He talks about patch 5 coming very, very soon, a little bit lower. Yeah. I'm really thinking that this is going to be early or mid-September. Probably mid-September, since they just released the last patch like yesterday or something like that. But that's very, very exciting. Now, the next patch, and we get a little bit more of a time frame, because I said this before in my earlier videos, I said it's going to be broken up into quarters, because this came out a few months ago. And I'm surprised at how fast they're already moving. I thought that we weren't going to be getting this stuff for another like 3 or 4 months. But they're talking about the new locations, maps, and worlds. So what Pete is talking about is basically that we have like the desert planet, you know, really dark and gritty, really reminds you of the 1997 movie, obviously. But he said that this one's going to be like stark contrast, like completely different. So I'm kind of envisioning like maybe a cavey kind of planet, but like a forest one with like bright mushrooms, like kind of like the Underdark in Baldur's Gate 3 if you've played that. You can Google that. That's kind of what I'm envisioning, with like neon lights, everything glowing in the dark, all that kind of good stuff. But he says that's coming at the end of the year. He said he'll have it ready to share at the end of the year in patch 6, right? So that means we take a look at the roadmap. The new planet phase 4 is coming at the end of the year. I'm assuming that's probably going to be December. So what I'm thinking, phase 3, mid-September. Phase 4, wait, what month is it? Yeah, it's August. Damn, dude, I need more coffee. Anyway, phase 3, definitely going to be mid-September, and we're going to have like a 3-month period of all this content that we've got, because there's a lot of content coming. If they drop all of this in one patch, I'll be stoked. I'll be losing my mind. I'll be soaked. But yeah, anyway, phase 4, end of the year, I'm thinking December. Barring some crazy circumstance that happens, and it might push it back into January and February, but just assuming that everything's going good, like Offworld has been doing, because they've been pumping this game out, honestly, pretty fast. But yeah, very excited about the new maps and everything. I think that's gonna add a lot more life, because it is. I'll be honest, I've got like 60 hours in this game. It is getting a little stale just seeing desert and everything, so they'll hopefully bring that in. I think hives will tide us over a little bit, because we don't really get to explore those caves that much unless you're on Ark and it randomly puts like an ore or gas refinery in the hives, but there's nothing in there. So, yeah, we'll see what's up. They talk about cheaters, team killers, stuff like that, and pretty much all they say is they're working on their anti-cheat, which I think it's improved since the game came out. I have seen significantly less cheaters on here. But they also just pretty much said, hey, just report them. We take all this stuff seriously, so just go ahead and keep doing that. So nothing big there, but I mean, it's good to know that they're listening to the community with stuff like that. Okay, now, new ways to play. I think this whole section right here is specifically just talking about hives. I think hives is going to be its own little mode, if that makes sense. It says that in the new location that they have, it's going to be using hives explicitly. Like that only hives will be playing on this map. So that might be this new mode might be phase 4, something going on there. Probably has to do with the boss bug. But we will see. God, I gotta stop drinking so much cinnamon. Oh. Oh. Okay, I'm good now. They pretty much end this letter. Well, I say they, but Pete pretty much ends this letter talking about Unreal Engine 5 and how they're moving to the new update, which I'm not a game developer. I have no idea. I just draw pictures most of the time, right? Like, that's probably a pretty daunting task, but they seem pretty excited, and they said they're in the home stretch, so maybe patches will start coming out a little bit faster because, like, Phase 2 came out pretty quick, and then there was kind of a dip in Phase 3, and then it kind of went dead for a while, because we haven't had much stuff to talk about for a couple weeks, I'll be honest. I also talk about how PC storefront and console, they're going to be looking to more... they're going to be moving to more platforms with full crossplay. I think that's huge for this game. I think they need as many people as possible, especially for a 16 co-op shooter, 16 player co-op shooter. So yeah, that's pretty big. And I'm impressed. I wish that they would advertise this a little bit more. They need a few more trailers. I think that's like their issue of long wait times, is because not a lot of people play this game. I mean, tops they have like 500 to maybe 1,000 on the weekends playing actively, which that's a bit. It's not a lot though. But man, I kind of like it because I keep getting matched with the same people, and we'll be like bullshitting with each other constantly. And I think, man, that's beautiful. That's gaming right there. That's what you look for. I was talking to this guy, Herpes Hank, and he didn't know King of the Hill. Are you kidding me? You can't give me a Bahaha blast? Not a single one. He just started yelling at me. Ruined my day. How dare he? Herpes Hank, if you see this, watch King of the Hill. Really good. That's my purse. I don't know you. I said that in an airport once. That was not a good idea. Okay, last thing we're going to talk about is the patch that happened, right? Happened yesterday. 0.4.1 just came out. It wasn't a lot. I wish that they added just a little bit more. But anyway, just some bug fixes, not a big thing. Fixed a couple issues with Horde mode, which I'm glad that they day 2 fixed some of the issues that they had. They were really quick with fixing the bug spawn issues. But they pretty much just kind of talk about like their matchmaking problems. That's really all that they're doing. Now they also say that they removed Horde from quick play. So now you can only play Horde if you specifically click on that. Makes sense. Horde's probably... it's not the main game mode. It's the most fun. Without a doubt, it's the most fun. I do love Ark. Ark is a blast, but Horde... I can just load up a 20-minute game and have a good time. So yeah. That's everything, troopers. Thank you for being here. I know I had a little bit of a howdy-doody energy today. I'm tired. And I hope you enjoy my Christmas story glasses. They protect my sweet, sweet, sensitive eyes.